Welcome to week 4 of Rivals League. This is Husky. Alongside with me is CB. And in this week's matchup, we have the defending champion Patriots taking on Elysium, who you may recognize if you tuned into Split 1. A lot of team members from Dignawashed who gave the Patriots their toughest battle in the playoffs last year. As you know, we start with a 2v2 here at Rivals League to determine side select. And in this season, the champions are pre-selected, so both teams going to be rocking the Camille and the Lee Sin. For Elysium, it's going to be Mango and Storm, and for the Patriots, BKs and Eyesight.
Yeah, some interesting champ duo action we got here with the 4 melee champs. We see, what do we have? Kind of some, okay, we got one Ignite on both sides, so let's see, the kill pressure. Eyesight's going to go in onto Storm, gonna get the exhaust onto Mango. Eyesight fighting Storm. First Blood's gonna go to Eyesight.
Mr. MVP himself, Eyesight. You know, a lot of action here early, a lot of mobility on these champs, but one thing, the Patriots don't have flash, either of them. Four fighting spells here for the Patriots, whereas on the side of Elysium, they do have 2 flash, 1 exhaust, 1 ignite, but yeah, little different look here. You don't often see players without flash. Patriots gonna rock 2 of them.
Yeah, I mean, you seen that First Blood, it didn't really help the side of ELY. Both of them used it, and they ended up going down first, but I don't know. We haven't really been paying attention to does First Blood in the 2v2 correlate. Like, is that better for you or worse? Because, you know, you can only buy stuff when you're back after you die, so we'll see.
I mean, getting kills is always good, right?
That's what they say. Allegedly.
I know you're a support. You don't you worry about like silly things like wards, but you know,
Yeah. I only go
us
for
big
kills
boy
sometimes.
carries, we like kills.
KS.
Well, we'll ask some of your, former ADC partners about that one. They might have something different to say.
True.
Settle down here a little bit. Storm on the Camille is still low. Both members of the Patriots pretty high here. Mango does land the Q for Lee Sin, but chooses not to go in. All 6 members all 4 members, excuse me, have hit level 6, so ultimates will be available for everyone here. Hoping to see some nice insect kicks come out from these 2 Lee Sins.
Yeah.
After a lot of early action, it's kind of dying down right now.
True. Actually, in the chat, Zillion was considered for this week. It was close between Zillion, Nami, and Lee Sin and J4. I think those were the 4 to pair with the Camille. Ended up landing on the Lee Sin, but we'll see. I think the support needs some love in next week, so I assume a support will be in there.
No ADCs for the whole split?
First week we had Samira.
Does she really count?
Yeah. Does Pike count as support? Less or more than Samira counts data carry.
That's fair. Alright, we have a little bit of action right here. Patriots diving in. Ultimates coming out. Both exhaust, both ignites. And Mango going to get the kill on Eyesight. BKs will get out with his life here.
Tied it up.
All 4 summoner spells down for Patriots. Both flashes still on the table here for Elysium.
We'll see. BK gets a little bit of chip damage. I assume they're gonna go in here. Q's gonna go wide from Eyesight. Storm lives with just a sliver of health. Okay, because the 2 health packs are up, I think that's fine. I think if they're both down, maybe you just pull you and dive in, but should be fine. 1-1, 5 minutes in. I kind of expected this 2v2 to go a little bit quicker, but we'll see. Hey, we'll see.
Yeah. I mean, we had first blood in like 20 seconds, so
yeah.
And then not a whole lot. No one really wants to pull the trigger here. Especially in such a close match.
I'm curious what these teams actually want. Like, it's always interesting. Like, some teams, like one side here might want blue and one might want red. So this could just be for some mental fortitude before going into the actual match. But
It's all about bragging rights.
bragging rights, momentum, just for fun, getting your fingers warm, giving your teammates an extra 10 minutes to get on. Who knows?
A little bit of poke coming from both Camille's here. The health bars do favor the Patriots at the moment.
It's a nice hit.
Eyesight kicks the Camille of Storm away. You know, we really want them kicking them to their teammates, not away. Get some blood, guys.
Both teams putting too much strategy in this. Let's see some fighting. I mean, Patriots gonna go for the tower. For too long.
Nice kick back. It's going to be a 1-for-1. Eyesight and Storm still up, both pretty low here. Mango and BKs go down, so 2-2 at the moment. Eyesight goes in with the Q, gets Storm low. Surely if he lands another one, he'll take it, and he does. 3-2 favor of the Patriots, and we get a little bit of mastery there. Level 38 for those at home keeping track for Mr. Eyesight.
Yeah, it's a couple games. It's a couple games. So it is the... I was going to say jungle. Mango's the top laner, right? So
Mango is the top laner.
top lane and mid lane versus top and jungle.
You know, both top laners in this game right now. Maybe there's a little bit more on the line for those two, as they will be facing each other shortly. Exhaust will come down. BK's with Mango. One more kill will do it for the Patriots. Storm is low. He takes down Eyesight.
No.
And BK's will take him out. 5-3 in favor of the Patriots. They will have side select in game 1 of this best-of-3 series.
Yeah, I'm curious to see which side Patriots going to take. Do you opt to go that red side for your counter picks? Or do you have a big enough takeaway that you want to go blue side? Do you have a preference?
Yeah, I mean, we mentioned that these two teams very familiar, at least a lot of members. You know, I don't really remember from last year's playoffs. I remember how good it was back and forth. Really long series, 5 games. I don't remember. I think that red side might have been winning that series most of the time. I could be wrong, though.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of teams, especially with this... Well, I feel like last split it was more preference for red side. This split seems to be a little bit more maybe personal preference for the teams because there are so many bans with this draft system. A lot of teams, at least games 2 and 3, like that blue side just because some people's champ pools go away very quickly in this draft as we are getting ready for the draft of game 1 here. Elysium, GeeZ versus the Patriots. It looks like the Patriots are opting for blue side game 1, so they must have a pick that they like.
Now, I know historically, watching the Patriots over the last 2 seasons, they do tend to take a jungle pick when they are on the blue side. Eyesight plays a lot of Maokai, a lot of Skarner. Sometimes plays an Amumu, you know, not as often, but definitely a pretty highly played champ as well. You know, one of those tanky engages is kind of his bread and butter that we see a lot of times when the Pats are on the blue side. So I would expect that to come through. Um, Teams kind of know that's coming though, so they might also look to ban those types of champions away. But we are live now in the ban phase. Patriots going to take the J4 and ban that away. And Aurora, the response for Elysium.
Yeah, I'm curious if the Patriots are going to give Elysium and Storm his Ambessa. Uh, a champ that we saw a lot of in Split 1. I think we've seen it once or twice in Split 2. And kind of a staple there for Storm in the mid lane. So interesting to see. So 2 bans from Elysium. I mean, you could argue that's 2 top lane bans, depending on how you want to look at it. BK's plays both of those champions, while 2 jungle champs banned on the side of Patriots. So putting respect onto TI Romeo. So TI Romeo and BK is getting the 2 nods here in this first phase of bans.
Yeah, jungle and bans definitely something you see a lot of, but you don't often see solo lane bans all the time in phase 1. So definitely a lot of respect on BKs and, possibly on Salison. Let's see.
It's 3
Patriots
top
now.
lane bans.
Yeah, they
2.5.
BKs had a pretty good series against these guys in the playoffs last split. They don't want that to happen again. Nightmares about that York, I'm assuming. The Sivir being hovered, one of Intelligence' favorite champions. Doesn't often get through the ban phase, so they're going to snatch that up immediately.
Yeah, I wonder if Patriots have gotten Sivir at all this split. Maybe once. I'm assuming Elysium had a pick ready for that. It looks like it might be the Jinx. Had to have expected that Patriots were either going to go jungle or the Sivir. Sivir gets left up. ELY going to take that one. Jinx is the response into it. We'll see if they... I mean, who do you like taking 2 here? Do you like support or do you like just the jungle pick?
I think you go jungle here. Counter pick support can be so big down in the bot lane, as you know. You don't want to give away your hand too quickly. Jinx, one of those ADCs that can be paired with kind of any type of support, so leaves your options open. Some the
Ooh.
Maokai, it's kind of a takeaway right here from Eyesight. Surely they didn't want to see that.
Yeah, and I wonder if it's a flex. You could argue maybe a 3-way flex. I don't think Maokai top's the best right now, but it still feels fine support. So, is this a flex for Elysium? We shall see. Either way, it is definitely a takeaway from Eyesight, who's going to opt to take the Amumu with their second pick.
Yeah, Amumu, Maokai, very similar in what they're trying to do. A little different in how they do it, but big, bulky guys. Your carries can stay behind. CC machines, a lot of AOE CC, um, kind of in the same alley. And the Mundo gonna come through right here. Um, Ambessa being hovered. We talked about that. Storm, known for his Ambessa, has played it mid this season. I think he had double-digit kills when he did pull that
Mm.
out, so very successful there.
I mean, Patriots need to remember that top and mid can swap. Have no idea if I don't play any top lane. How the Ambessa versus Mundo match goes, but or if it's just an Ambessa mid angle. As we see the LeBlanc band, I assume it's a decent pick into the Ambessa, and we'll see if they throw another mid lane band that they do not want to play the Ambessa into. Patriots going to ban the Lulu, so they're gonna decide, I guess, that Maokai is most likely going to go jungle, which does make sense. Throwing up that Lulu ban a staple with Jinx.
Yeah, I think we see the mid lane bans come through. I think that's going to be a real big focus in this series. Storm definitely has played very well in the victories for Elysium, and Salo last week really popped off for those of you looking through the standings. Milio going to be the support that Jinx will be paired with. So Pats will get the counter in mid. They'll also get the counter pick for support. I think that's interesting with the Mundo showing that they don't take their top laner right now and save that counter pick for support. But
Could flex the Maokai,
you know,
I guess.
yeah, they could. They
Technically.
could.
Maybe they didn't want to see the Milio paired with the Sivir. Tark, a good pick for the Ambessa Maokai all-in engage. Lane should probably be alright. Milio can poke you a little bit, but after a few
Yeah,
levels, you should be chilling.
not too crazy. Sivir obviously great at poking and clearing that wave herself. Looks like Vex going to be who the Patriots choose in the mid lane.
Okay.
You got to think that Mbessa will be mid, but we might find something different here.
It might be an Mbessa going top angle.
Okay, Annie is the pick right here, and I think you're right. Obviously, we'll have to see until we get into the game, but you don't see Annie top super often.
Annie jungle?
Could happen.
Knockout top?
Now you're just cooking
Okay,
too
that's
hard.
too much cooking. Okay.
Too much cooking there. Yeah. So if I had to guess, I would say Annie mid and Bessa top. That could change, but definitely think that those two are going to be the solo laners. On the other side, we got 3 front lines of Vex and a Sivir to stand behind them. Looking at these two comps, CB, which side are you favoring? Nameplates off. What do you like here?
I'm a big Tarek fan. I'm a big Amumu fan. But I'm curious as to see when they're going to be strong enough to actually kill like the Maokai with Milio heals on them. I don't know. I think I would side on the red side for the Maokai Milio Jinx comp. It's close. I'm just questioning when the Patriots comp's gonna come online to be able to do some stuff, and is it gonna be too late? You have the Annie and the Abessa to get you kind of through the earlier game to mid game. So Nape White's off. I'm gonna go Elysium side.
Okay.
What you got?
I see what you're saying here. I think it's going to come down to the Patriots. Definitely a comp that can win this game, but you only have 2 damage dealers on your team, so you're going to need to at least get one of them a big lead here early. Otherwise, your comp is going to fall apart. So a lot of pressure, I think, on the Pats to, try to snowball one of those 2 lanes for Mr. Eyesight. And I think if he doesn't, they're going to struggle late. Sure, the Mundo will be hard to kill late, but I just don't think that they'll have the damage if they don't get one of those teams ahead. So, with that being said, I'm going to agree with you and go Elysium here for the comp that I like better.
Okay. And so, as of right now, I mean, we'll see. They can still swap around. As of right now, it's Storm piloting the Annie mid. Could still swap. Could still take the Ambessa and then himself go top. We will have to see as we load into the game. So we're going to throw it to a quick break. And when we come back, we will be on the Rift for Patriots versus Elysium GeeZ. Game 1 of this best of 3 match. Stay tuned.
And welcome to the Rift for Elysium versus the Patriots. Elysium on the red side have a 5-man stack, expecting the Patriots for an invade. They've done their scouting, but so have the Patriots, and they are not coming.
We might see a little wraparound action.
Little late invade here. Okay. Patriots do have a ward down, so they'll see them coming.
Do they stay?
What they choose to do about it?
Ooh. There you go.
Okay. They know the Maokai is coming here. And he's all alone. First blood will go to the Patriots. It's going to be Vex with the gold there. Everyone else picks up the assist. And that ward paying huge dividends for the Patriots there. BK's was about to back. They saw the Maokai walk in alone, though. And they stayed, got the kill.
Yeah, that's tough. It feels like, you get that far, the other team sees you. I'm just gonna let me sneak in here, drop a little ward action. Nice stack from the Patriots, and luckily one of the tanks did not take it. So, if you're Patriots, you feel good about that one. You are going to be able to track the jungler if you are Elysium, so you know that Amumu is bot side. But yeah, we'll see. As of right now, the kill doesn't mean anything. No gold has been spent.
Yeah. Now on the other side, Patriots don't know where Maokai was, but after the first wave push, we do see Salo put the ward down at the Raptors. So Patriots will have vision when that camp is taken and then know where the jungle is. And we see the pings come out. They know where the Maokai is at this point. Good poke there by Storm. These might be two of the best mid laners in the league. Good poke back there by Salo.
Yeah, and we'll see. There's a lot of people between these two teams fighting for high power rankings. They're both teams for the most part are in the top half. Of course, Elysium did not play last week, so from an overall team perspective, that's good. You got a free win. But from a power ranking player perspective, that only hurts you, as you did not get to showcase anything. So it is important to note, both of these teams have the exact same game and match record, I do believe.
Yes, they do. Now, after that push in, Mango did drop the ward inside the blue side jungle. So once Amumu is done with the clear, they will have vision of that. Both teams playing really well so far with the vision.
Yep, so Mumu being tracked. Maokai will get spotted out if he goes for a bot lane gank, but might opt to go mid lane here. Or just go for the scuttle.
I'm gonna take a quick look. Throw down a ward on the chickens and back. On the other side, we see Maokai. He's stepping up here, looking for something in the mid lane. It's going to be the flash and the root, the kickback. And this could be the Vex dying here. Ignite also came out from Storm.
It's going to have to be from Romeo, most likely taking the kill. Does have the TP, but I think it's just... I think if he would have been able to pop Romeo over the wall, Vex could have TP'd out, but...
There's only so far you can go, Vex. Is wasting a lot of time, though. Okay.
Has the fear, but he has flash.
He does have flash, and
He actually might live this. Just
yeah,
flash over the
Romeo
pit.
doesn't. Yeah. Storm now leaving.
He might not even have to flash. I'm not going to see it, I don't think. But okay.
Oh, he does flash.
Okay.
And he's going to get out. Okay, well...
Gets out, but I don't know. I mean, you still take that all day if you're Elysium. Yeah, you don't get the kill, but you get the whole mid-wave push and the flash out of the Vex.
Yeah. I mean, he's going to lose 2 waves for that. Now, on the other side, you do lose a lot of tempo there for the Maokai. In fact, so much tempo that it's going to be a free dragon for the Amumu.
Yeah, and then Salo TP's behind Storm. Not going to be strong enough to take down Storm. Storm's going to flash that one. And so no more summoners for either mid laner. And then a free dragon over to the Patriots. So overall, I guess if you're the Patriots, you take that. Especially with this bot lane gank coming out. Nice cleanse by Riley Sauce. No mana left. But just not strong enough.
Yeah, that's going to be flash for Rogue Gorilla, heal for Rogue Gorilla, and cleanse for the Jinx of Riley Sauce. Meanwhile, some fighting back and forth between the top laners right here. No one getting too low. This Mundo still does have ult, so not really in danger of going down unless you forget to click that R button like we did see last week.
Which
BK is winning on in the farm, up 12 CS here.
True. Mango's gonna get the back off, but does have the TP. Should be able to catch that wave, no problem. Is going to get the first buy, but BK's also has the TP, so I assume just matches that. I was gonna ask in the bot lane. I expect there's no real big advantage, as it's just kind of just two scaling champs. You have a preference of one over the other in the matchup? You know, obviously you might prefer. I think you play one of them a lot more than the other.
Yeah, I think in the lane, I would prefer the Sivir. However, in the game and in the team fights, I'm definitely more of a fan of the Jinx here. Do have Tibbers come down. Ooh, it was close, but Eyesight there on the Amumu to finish that kill. It probably would have been 1-for-1 if he didn't show up.
Yeah, I think so as well. That was a nice stun ult by Storm, but good timing by Eyesight in the Patriots to be there to cover. And unfortunately, T1 TI Romeo was not close enough for that one. Is it going to carry or catch the wave mid? But that'll be the second kill for the Patriots, and they might just start up grubs.
We mentioned that Salo had missed a lot of farm with his jungle shenanigans, but actually even in farm at this point in time, so doing a good job keeping up in the CS department as well as having a kill and an assist.
Yeah, and we're going to see Death Knight roam up to attempt to fully secure these grubs. The Jinx Rocket's going to come through. We'll see. I think Salo took that Jinx Rocket to the noggin, but it's going to be 2 plates for free for Riley Sauce. Oh, I lied. Almost 2.
Could have been 2, wasn't. They should get the push and be able to finish that plate off, though. Looks like they will be able to now. Oh, okay. They are not going to get that last plate. Probably would have only taken 1 auto to do it. Interesting. What is your thought on this? Obviously, you know, Void Grubs are very nice, getting them, but do you want to give those free waves and those plates to a Jinx here?
I think that you're confident that your mid's pretty strong because your mid got first blood and your top's big chillin'. I don't know if you have to roam your support up, but it might be kind of autopilot doing it just to make sure you secure them. So I think the roam was okay. I think as soon as you see that ELY wasn't going to contest you, you probably send Tarek straight back down bot lane. He kind of just stuck around. So
Another tip result in the mid lane. You know, as the ADC, I don't like my support leaving me. I need that babysitter there the whole time. Otherwise, I'm bound to do something stupid. Probably. But I would have last hit that cannon minion though. That's all that really matters, right?
Yeah. On paper.
A lot of poke coming down. Ooh, Death Knight.
Eyesight's here, so was Maokai.
This could be a 3v3. They know Maokai is here. I don't believe they know Eyesight is here, but they do now. And with Dragon spawning soon, the Vex also will be coming down. And he's trying to set up a little death bush here.
Yeah, and he might be able to push that wave and then rotate. We'll see. Salo wants to be the fight starter.
And that will be Flash and Cleanse there on the Jinx.
Patriots missing a lot on Rogue there. Now they are going to get the Maokai ult come through. ELY's going to get some of it. Tark ult's going to come through. I don't think it's going to proc fast enough. It is going to proc fast enough. Eyesight's going to go and get the Moo ult. Two different fights going on. Here comes a TB by VK's. Might not be needed. 1 for 1 so far.
This Jinx free firing from the back gets 2 kills. She is excited, but the Sivir, more health. Oh, gets the kill there.
BK.
And the Mundo. BK says, I don't need that farm. Let me go help my team. Gets the teleport down, gets the kill, gets 2 assists. And well worth it, I think, if you are the Patriots, as that could have gone either way there. But BK's with the teleport, make sure it goes his team's way. 6 kills to 2 in favor of the Patriots.
Yeah, initially I was thinking BK's TP is going to be wasted, but I think if he doesn't TP there, then Elysium's going to get maybe 2 more kills. Eyesight's going to find Storm. Storm's going to ult. Storm gets really low, but not low enough. Eyesight and Salo both low. Salo goes down. Eyesight is going to follow him. So a little bit too aggressive. Didn't expect the entire team for Elysium to be back. Definitely some miscommunication as Salo went bot lane to farm and the rest of the team decided to fight. So you now have a 3-in-1 Jinx for Elysium.
Yeah, your Sivir is 2-0. Your Vex is 2-2, but yeah, this Jinx is one of those champs that can really just end a game late if it gets ahead.
So now dragons are tied up. Gold is just about tied up. And so, I mean, gold tied up, you don't really care about the kill difference. That's just a number.
The CS pretty even across the board. The mid lane is a little bit favoring Storm, and the jungle is going to favor TI Romeo here.
Eyesight waiting in the wing. Does not have flash. Does have the ult, but the wave state not favoring Patriots there for a gank.
See these 2 top laners so far. Not a lot, but that might be changing here. The Mundo ultimate goes down. Tries to go in. Mango senses something is up and backs off. Which is a smart move because Eyesight was in the area. They had chosen to engage.
Eyesight gonna get spotted out taking his blue buff. I don't know if they know that TI Romeo is topside or not. Gonna rotate to that bottom side. Like you said, BK's no ult. Mango has flash and ult, but with that half health bar, I don't think they're gonna get too crazy up there. As we get to watch more CS back and forth on the bot line between these 2 scaling AD carries.
Not a lot of 2v2 action, but both have been able to show up in the team fights around the dragon. Eyesight has come back top. Hits the Q, hits the ult.
I don't know about the ult, but
even gives the kill to his good friend BK's. He's not a greedy jungler, folks.
Maokai ult gonna come through, but I think Salo might be fast enough to outrun that one. So try to get a something back for their team in the mid lane. Just a little bit too short. We'll see with that top lane prio whether or not Patriots want to start this Rift Herald. Looks like they're going to with the Ambessa. Does not have TP up. Should be free.
No vision of this either. The Maokai sapling got thrown in. They waited for it to get hit right before they started that, so they saw no one was there. 10 seconds later, they were, as a team of 4, already on it. Now the Sivir will have to play safe. Once again, being left alone by the support.
Yeah, Sivir able to clear the wave pretty well at this point in the game. So with Elysium not really having an aggressive support, ELY on this Sivir can pretty much just chill and farm. So we have,
Despite being left alone twice, he does have a little bit of a CS advantage, about a wave of CS. Annie is coming down.
Death
and
Knight
with-
going to flash early. Yeah.
Gonna have to flash. Dragon is spawning soon, so proactive moves here from Elysium, trying to set up vision and get control of that river.
Sailor gonna walk right into
Ooh.
Storm's.
You
Whew.
can't do that.
So we're gonna pop
Wow.
the ult. Death Knight still has his ult. Can they catch Eyesight getting the 3-man ulti? Rogue really gonna pop that Milio ult, cleanse the CC, and everybody's gonna walk away. Except for
There's,
Sailor.
a lot used on both sides. Not a lot of kills though in that bot lane. However, with those health bars, Patriots feel confident enough to start this dragon.
Yeah, Sailor has that TP, has the ult. Knowing that Storm doesn't have the ult, doesn't have the ignite, feeling confident enough that they can take this fight. We'll see if Riley can steal it with the ult or not.
It
Did
looks like
attempt
they're
it.
just going to give here.
So 2 drags to 1, 7 kills to 5. That is the feats of strength. Rogue really gonna have to flash that ult by Salo. Eyesight going way too far. Does not have the ult, but that is gonna be a free bot lane tower for the Patriots. Was the second tower, right? Yeah.
Yeah, probably doesn't have to do that, but
Oh.
now Salo thought does get a kill on Rogue Gorilla there, but very ambitious to drive that in with none of his teammates around.
Yeah, Romeo just smited the Rift Herald right before it crashed. Nice play by Romeo, going to get away with his 3rd HP. Gonna reset, and the gold almost even here, 19 minutes into game 1.
Yeah, only a 200 gold difference. Ooh, Annie with the ultimate right there. Tivers almost takes out this Amumu. But those Merc Treads probably saved Eyesight's life there.
Yeah, the Amumu not the tankiest champion yet. As you see, he's gonna get that MR cloak going on.
Yeah, makes a lot of sense. This Annie definitely bursting people down. At the moment, probably the biggest kill threat on the side of Elysium. A lot of fighting going on in this top side.
Is that what they're doing?
Still not a lot of killing going on, however. BK's is 2-0.
From bot lane, from his TP bot lane.
Oh, he got mangled at one time. That Eyesight came and gave it to him.
Oh, yeah, true. He got
But,
1 kill, 1 assist bot lane.
And no solo bolos in the top lane, however. And you have to think that's favoring the side of the Patriots here. Eventually, this Mundo can get so big that there's just not much you can do about him.
Yeah, the game plan, I think, at that point, if you're Elysium, is your team fight is going to be strong enough, at least in the 4v4. Obviously, both AD carries are scaling, are going to be strong. The pick potential from both mid laners, also very strong. Storm, despite only being 1 and 2, has shown that he can 100 to 0 people if they walk into a bush blind. So we'll see. I don't expect them to start up this Atacon. Usually the team, if everybody's up, if you're the team that starts the Atacon, you're probably going to lose the fight if the other team contests it, but I assume Patriots are going to look at this Jinx by herself in the mid lane, but just the two tanks,
Oh,
so... Whew.
Storm again. That is
How many
the
times?
second time.
That's two and
That's
counting.
Yeah, that's 5 deaths on this Vex, and Salo definitely does a lot of damage, but sometimes can be a little too aggressive.
Yeah, and Storm on this Annie playing very well. Up 30 CS, 2 solo bolos. I mean, I guess you have to track Annie as much as you have to track the jungler now.
Probably more so. The jungle's just gonna CC you, and he will kill you. Speaking of solo bolos, BK is just gonna try. He pops the ult, but unable to finish that off.
This seems like a risky Atacon start. You don't see half the team. Can they do it fast enough? It's on vision. Patriots don't see that it's on vision. The Maokai ult is up. 4 members are here. Patriots are going to take it. We're going to get a TP in from both top laners.
Mumu going into the middle, but will die. Vex ult. Free firing from the Sivir. Free firing from the Jinx. Jinx does flash forward. She is
Oh, the
excited.
boomerang almost clips Mango. But not enough. Can ELY live? Tibbers
2
wants
members.
it. Tibbers wants it.
After all of that, it will be a 2-for-1 in favor of Elysium. However, the Atacon goes to the Patriots, so, you know, pretty even.
Yeah, I think you take the Atacon side, but overall, I'd say pretty even. I mean, of course, you now have Prio if you are Elysium, but Jinx is gonna base. So we'll see if Patriots want to start this one early or not. It seemed kind of like a scattered fight. Elysium played the fight pretty well as far as like the front to back. Mango was up in there doing some stuff. Patriots were a little bit more scattered. As Mango, I assume, can dash to safety. And do we get a 5v5 fight again at this 4th dragon?
It looks like that's what's happening. All 10 members of both teams will be coming down this way. Now, we do have pings for Elysium that they're going to try to push out the mid wave first.
Something to note,
Jinx is 4-1.
you do not have the Taric ult, which could be huge.
That is true. The only ult not available. Ooh. Milio ult immediately canceled the Amumu ult.
Both mid laners go down. Salo with a nice engage onto the Annie, gonna pop her, but then going to get popped himself. We'll see if this 4v4 fight. A lot of ults have been used.
Jinx does have ult for Elysium. It looks like it's going to be a smite fight right here. 50-50. Ooh. Eyesight is going to be the one that gets that. And now they're moving forward. Riley Sauce is going to die here as well. So 3-for-1 overall in that dragon fight. Also get the dragon themselves. Big wins for the Patriots right there.
Yeah, it didn't seem like either team wanted to pull the trigger too early. They are going to steal that dragon. They turn their eyes to Baron. I've seen this too many times. You take the dragon, you go straight to Baron, but do you have enough health as the other team comes in to fight you? Storm going to stun up everybody. Death Knight gets super low. Death Knight going to proc the ult. Storm going to get popped, and the rest of the team is not there to follow up. Patriots going to take the Baron.
That was very risky, as we saw. Eyesight did not have smite for that Baron. They had to work it down, and that's a risky proposition. It did work out for them, however.
Yeah, that's one of those You just say the team. They don't know I don't have smite. Luckily
They
for the
didn't.
Patriots, the rest of the team wasn't there, so it was just an attempt by Storm. Maybe Storm knew. Maybe that's why he went. He had as good of a chance as anybody to take the Baron with no smite, so um, not quite strong enough to burst everybody down. We're going to see Patriots take a 3,500 gold lead and the Baron. I assume BK is with this Baron buff. Going to be able to draw a lot of pressure as Patriots are going to push down mid lane. 3 people kind of collapsing on BK's Mundo. He should just be able to walk away. He has the ghost up. He has the ult coming up soon. We'll see how this macro gameplay goes.
Yeah, someone has to answer the Mundo, but meanwhile, the rest of the team for the Patriots all here. Malachi ult does come out, only finds Eyesight, who hits a big ultimate. Salo follows it up. BK's is here. He's also going in, and that is a 4-4-0 in favor of the Patriots.
They have a little bit of a wave. They have some grubs. They have the Baron buff.
They have 30 seconds. This could be the game right here.
I
Big push.
expect they go
Only
for it.
Mango. Mango does ult.
Mango with a pentic.
I don't
Opportunity.
think so.
Almost takes down Eyesight.
That will be game 1 going to the side of the Patriots in 27.5 minutes. And as we like to say here at Rivals League, it was close until it wasn't close.
True.
You know, we mentioned gold, very similar there, and then it seems like all of a sudden at the end, Patriots found all the right angles. They got all the picks when they needed it. And, you know, you take a look at the scoreboard here at the end. BK's didn't die. Intelligence, ELY, also didn't die. You know, Salo got caught out probably too many times there. But the rest of the team played really well. Salo dishing out the damage when it was necessary. And at the end of the day, you know, we talked about this Jinx was 4-1. The last 2 team fights Riley Sauce got caught, wasn't able to free fire in those fights, and that really ended up making the difference, letting the Patriots just run away with it in the last half of that game.
Yeah, it seemed after the second time that Salo walked into a bush with his eyes closed, Patriots really figured out how not to do that. Team fought really well. There's a couple ults from Salo straight onto the back line in a couple of those team fights. So a lot better target selection. I really liked Elysium's gameplay for the first 15 to 18 minutes. It looked really good. Like they had a good fighting chance, especially when Jinx was 4-1 at that time. But then just the team fighting power, at least the 4v4 fighting power for Patriots, proved to be a little bit too strong going into that late game. So going to be 1-0 for the Patriots, but that's only one game. A lot of people, 1 or 2 best champs are now off the table. And so now we get to start to dive into players' champ pools a little bit more. And we'll see whenever they want to start getting ready for the game to draft. I'll toss it back over to us for a second, maybe. Cool.
Yeah, everyone wants to see our beautiful faces,
Mm-hmm.
or at least yours. You know.
I'm just the fill-in. I'm the fill-in guy. Was not aware I was casting, but here we are.
You're
It
doing
is
a
what
great
it
job.
is.
We appreciate you.
Some say I'm in the top 2 casters tonight. That's what people were whispering.
I'm not one of those people. You know.
Oh,
I
okay.
think, but we'll see. We'll see. With all said and done, what was your takeaway from that game? Who do you think would have been the MVP after the first game?
I think it would be close between BK's and Eyesight. It feels bad. I feel like you can make an argument for everybody. Okay, so I'll say ELY played really well because he was left on an island for a long time and didn't hard feed. That's something that you'll overlook. BK's didn't die on side lane. It kept the pressure up most all game. Another thing that's not flashy, it'll get overlooked. Eyesight got to make some cooler plays because you're a Mumu. So, um, did I answer your question yet? No, I didn't. I would pick. You know what? Actually, I'm gonna go Eli. I'm gonna go Eli because it's gonna be overlooked. He's just playing Sivir. He's chilling in the back of team fights. But because he was able to stay in lane under his tower, not feed the Jinx, and just clear the wave, I think that was a big reason why Elysium really couldn't get off the ground in the mid game.
Yeah, I'm going to agree with you. Played a great job on the weak side there. Um, didn't feed, in fact, didn't even die a single time. And when you look at the end of the game that we had pulled up right before that, you know, a lot of damage coming out from that Sivir, almost twice what the Jinx was able to produce in those fights. Just positioning well, free firing, and in the end, they all played well. But I think intelligence is going to be the MVP for me in that game one as well.
Nice, nice, nice. It looks like Elysium, as they're going to get side selection for game two, they are going to opt to stay on the red side. So potentially some counter picks in mind that they have. Will it be for top, mid, support? We will have to see. Um, I don't know. I mean, I would say no one, at least in the early game. Patriots won game one. Uh, they didn't do anything crazy. It wasn't like somebody jumped out to like a 5-0 crazy head start or anything. It was kind of a slow there as we went from the early to mid game. Is there anybody on either side that you want to see kind of play a different style of champion?
Uh, I don't know necessarily about a different style of champion. I would like to see, and I know this is asking a lot for all you top laners out there. I'd like to see a little bit more action in the top lane. Maybe not two tanks, just going 0-0-0 for the first 15 minutes in a CS fest.
I mean, it wasn't
You know,
two tanks, but it kind of felt like it was for a
give the
bit.
viewers something they want to see. We want to see some fighting. So, um, yeah, I think for the most part, everyone played pretty well in that game. Obviously, some things to clean up on both sides, but you know, we are in week four. I think both teams kind of have an identity that they're trying to play around, and they did a pretty good job in that. Now, Elysium may have cooked a little bit too hard in that draft with the Mbessa, kind of like we mentioned, that Storm signature champ, and maybe a little too much there by not giving it to Storm and letting him take it mid, even though not really meta, but if that's your best champ, try to make it work, right?
Yeah, I expect it was picked for a flex. Uh, my assumption is it's not the best champion into Vex. I guess I thought for sure he would take it, just go topside, but I mean, it's not like Ambessa played poorly or did anything too crazy. You're just playing against the Mundo in lane, so um, you can argue, well, have better vision so you don't get ganked, but I mean, that's not the reason they lost by any means. So, and then in Storm on the Annie had some good picks. Just seemed like their team fight late game wasn't quite the best, but it is what it is. That was an entire game ago, so they don't care about that one anymore.
We moved on. We are in game two. Now, this is a best of three. Last time these teams kind of met, as we mentioned before, Elysium, a different team, but many of the same faces from Digna Washed in Split 1. So, last time that the Pats faced some of these team members, it did go 5 games of back and forth series. So, definitely would not surprise me to see this go 3.
Yeah, and I think in that series, obviously two new players, so kind of a different team, and somebody at a different role. So you could argue at least half the team is kind of new. So not a direct rematch, but I think the Patriots. I have a terrible memory, but I feel like Patriots went up 2-0, Dignawash won 3 and 4, and then it went to
Yep.
5. So This is scaled back for a 3-game series, so that means that Elysium wins this one, right? And it goes to game 3?
Surely. If I was a betting man, well, you know, I we'll see. We'll see after draft. But before draft, I agree with you.
I do agree. I think games are decided in draft a lot of the time, especially at this kind of middle tier elo. Um, Comfort pick goes a long way. Team fighting in the late game, how your comp meshes, also goes a long way. As we are getting some ready checks starting to come through for this draft. This is Rivals draft. So every champion that was picked or banned in game 1 is off the table. So 20 champions gone already. Then we'll see the first 6 bans come through. So 26 champions will be off the board before anybody even picks. And here goes draft for game 2.
Yeah, so as you mentioned, 20 already off the board. The 21st champ off the board is going to be Pantheon. Patriots, keeping with this early jungle bans, Elysium with the ELY ban, still targeting BK. So not a lot of difference in who they're targeting, just different champs. Putting some respect on the name BK and also with the jungle
Romeo.
for Elysium, TI Romeo. Riley Sauce's Varus going to be banned. Looked very good on that. Vi banned away. They don't want to see eyesight on Vi. Based on how he performed last split, you might have wanted to see that, but you know, no shade, no shade. Silas going to be banned out by the Patriots. Now we're just waiting on the 6th and final ban of this first phase. Seen a lot of solo lanes banned so far. And the Aatrox. So another ban against Mr. BK's. It's going to give the Patriots the first pick, and they're going to slam the Zinzao here.
Yeah, and Zinzao I think is a takeaway from Romeo, so both junglers do play it. Going to see potentially the Volibear come through. That could be flex top or jungle. I don't know. I'm curious about that Silas ban, if it was Patriots having a team comp in mind that they don't want to see the Silas, or if they're just in general scared of, I assume, Storm's Silas. I feel like he played it last split in top lane, so of course is viable in the mid lane, as the Volibear is going to come through for Elysium, Genji, Easy. I have to assume that's jungle.
Yeah, you don't often see a top lane anymore. Can be flexed if necessary. Ezreal, nice safe pick coming through for Riley Sauce. With the Zinzao trying to dive in, Ezreal very safe to get back. Ashe is going to be the response for the Patriots here.
Ashe, a
So
champ that
definitely
I'm
some pick potential.
Yeah, I'm surprised that Ashe made it all the way, and the Braum both made it all the way into game 2. Two champs that have been played a lot in Rivals League. And the Braum, of course, played a lot by Death Knight this split. So, how do you feel? How do you like the Ashe versus Ezreal AD carry matchup in the bot lane?
I definitely am an Ashe enjoyer myself, so I would favor that side. Ezreal can be pretty safe, and the Bard is going to be Rogue Gorilla's pick right here. Not a lot of Bard games that you see in comp, but it is one of his most played champions.
Yeah, that's a champ I like to see. I mean, from a laning perspective, I'm a big Ashe Braum synergy fan there in the bot lane. But I mean, as far as the spectator goes, I'm a big fan of seeing the Bard come out in competitive play, regardless of the ELO level. And like you mentioned, Rogue does play a decent amount of it. So I always feel like Bard is a champ that's just completely either completely useless or just hard carries games. Because I mean, even in like solo queue and flex and whatnot, you don't see it very often. so teams are not used to playing against it. Interesting pairing, a lot of poke and range from the side of Elysium, at least in lane. Uh, we shall see how it goes as we see Anakali and Ziggs banned from the Patriots. Took 2 mid lane bans coming out, and then the Cho'Gath and Mel bans from Elysium.
Elysium, not a big fan of BK's playing any champ here. Let's just ban them all and
BK's
not let
has
him
to
play the game at this point.
dig deep in the bag. What has he caught? Like 7 bans? Something like that? 6 bans?
So that's 3 in this one, and in the first one he also got
3, right?
3. So 6 bans on Mr. BK's.
6 bans and the
Victor
2 champs
will
that were
be-
picked, so
Yeah,
8. You could say 8 champs.
he's going deep into his pool. Surely, Storm going to be piloting Victor in this game too. That means Mr. Salo will have the pick. Oh, Udyr. Interesting. Okay. Udyr top. What are your thoughts on Udyr top? It's not something you see very often, but has been something that's been on the scene for a little bit now.
Yeah, I feel like this split we haven't seen it that much, especially out of BK's, whereas in split 1 of Rivals League, I feel like BK's played it almost every week. How much he's been playing it, that I don't know. But definitely a good split pushing champion, as you can just run away from everybody. Now Volibear, of course, can potentially run you down if they want to flex this Volibear to the top side. But just, I mean, it's a copy paste of Mundo, right? Just a safe tank that can split push.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly the same, but
Like
definitely
Cousins.
a similar strategy. And it will have to go into the Renekton, which is the counter pick that was saved for Mango. So we see a similar type comp from both teams. We have engage, go in jungles. We have a bot lane. We have 2 poke laners for Elysium. We have a melee and a ranged for the side of the Patriots. Tank top lane, mage mid lane. Very similar styles at the very least that they're going to be looking to play. What are you thinking here for game 2, CB?
If I'm playing, I want to play on the Patriots side because it's an easier comp to pilot. But from a spectator standpoint, I'm going for Elysium's comp because it's a lot more exciting over there. Just a lot more question marks, and it's maybe a little bit tougher to pilot. So if I'm turning the nameplates off, I'm going to go with Patriots comp because it's a lot easier to pilot. Usually in this ELO, the easier to maneuver and team fight, whatnot. Comps win a lot of the times, but for Elysium, what you have going on is some champs that maybe Patriots haven't seen or are not used to playing against. So I'm going to go with Patriots here in this game too, but I mean, if Elysium comes out swinging with some stuff we haven't seen, then definitely a comp that if they get ahead early, they're going to snowball this game.
Yeah, that Renekton, such an early game snowball champ specifically, but does fall off if you can't get the early lead. So going to be some pressure on Mango to do that, on TI Romeo to facilitate that. You kind of have the Ezreal and the Victor as your late scaling options. Obviously, Syndra going to scale well. Udyr can get pretty tanky. I do like the way that the Patriots have some, like you said, easy to execute. You hit the Ashar, Zen can go in, Braum can jump in front with a shield and save everyone. Syndra can just pick a target and blow them up. You know, the X factor that we were talking about, though, I think is going to be this Bard. Can we pull off the Bard with Rogue Gorilla here? Will be the question. I have seen Bard ults save entire games, and I have seen Bard ults incredibly ruin an entire game if you ult the wrong person or at the wrong time. So, because he has experience on that, I'm gonna think that Rogue Gorilla will be able to pull it off better than anyone I've seen in solo queue recently. definitely never had a Bard on my team hit an ult that didn't steal a kill from me. So
True. We will have to see. We're going to throw it to a quick break, and when we are back, we will be on the Rift for Game 2 in this best of 3 series between Patriots and Elysium GeeZ. Stick around.
welcome back to Game 2 of the series between the Patriots and Elysium. Patriots took Game 1 with a late domination there. And it looks like S5, they are looking to invade here. The 5-point for Elysium is going to catch them out. Patriots know they've been caught, but still walking in anyways. They'll get a ward down. Actually, 2 wards. A little unnecessary. On the other side, however, a ward from Rogue Gorilla will be put on the Patriots red. It's both red buffs. We'll have vision on them. And that will give both teams vision on which way the jungles will be pathing here.
Yeah, and I think that early game vision is huge. I mean, obviously you have a 50-50 coin toss. Sometimes the junglers will start a different camp, but for the most part it's usually either the red or blue buff. So gonna start opposite. We'll see if either jungler pulls a Yui and goes for a mid lane gank, or if it's just a cross map gank for top and bot. I mean, what do you like in this early game? I assume mid lane's kind of a wash with just 2 mages, but what do you think the lane to watch here is?
Yeah, I think this top lane could be a lot of action with the Renekton. If the Renekton's able to get out to a big lead, could snowball that, but definitely a champ that falls off if they don't get a big lead.
Okay.
Do see a lot of action up in that top side. Mid lane just poking each other down a little bit. BKs with some good damage there onto Mango. However, his mana is going to run low here.
Yeah, and Romeo is pathing the top side, so they have to know, can he take down Mango? Not enough mana, not enough damage. Does have the ghost, but opts to not use it. BK's has to know that Romeo's Volibear is topside. Does not have a ward, so this is it's prime setup for a gank top lane.
Yeah, because of the vision early, they know Volibear did not start on his red. Ooh, okay. Rogue Gorilla with a nice portal to safety there. His eyesight had shown up. And we have Volibear now on the top side. Will get the stun.
I feel like he's probably too tanky, right?
Yeah. If Menko wasn't so low, maybe could have been a little bit more aggressive there, but the Croc had to wait for Romeo to be the engage.
With another Rogue just playing Ring Around the Rosie.
Yeah.
ELY is low on mana. So is Rogue Gorilla, but I think you prefer to have the lack of mana on your support rather than your AD carry, as your AD carry probably can't fight too much, even with the Xin Zhao hovering bot side. Looking at that mid potential gank here in the mid wave. Ooh, a nice flash from Storm to avoid the QE stun from Salosin. So no kills here, almost 5 minutes into game 2.
Yeah, we didn't see it on screen, but top side, BKs did run at Mango with his ghost, causing Mango to flash, so both of those summoners will be off the board the next few minutes here.
Have the dragon
Now,
spawning. I mean, both bot lanes really want to back here. Salo's going to take a back. Should TP right back to mid lane to catch this wave. Storm is already TP'd in. And it's actually going to TP behind Storm. Try to go for a kill here with the Xin Zhao. No flash on Storm's Victor.
Yeah, you won't see it coming, theoretically. Should be off vision. And Storm may be caught here.
Yeah, going to take a tower shot too. No way to get out. Do they give it to Salo? No. I guess they tried to. But Tower said, we're going to give this one to Eyesight.
Yeah, I think it was the possible ticking from a red buff? Question mark?
Potential. Oh, that's too much jungle knowledge for me.
Away. Yeah, I just know that it's always their fault.
That is true. Regardless of the reasoning, he probably smited it. Nobody fact checked that.
So it will be first blood going over to the reigning MVP Eyesight. He is down about 10 CS, however. Looks like he will be ganking the bot side. Now he goes through the portal this time.
Yeah, he wanted to see what all the hype was about. Nothing really to do. Not strong enough. Not enough follow-up to be able to kill anybody. So, no sums burned. Nice escape route that Rogue is well versed on, and BK is going to run for his life. No ghost to get out of this one. Can Romeo catch him? Has the flash stun.
Gonna shut the tower off.
BK's fast though. Oh, and Romeo gonna take that last tower shot. If it would have went to Mango, it would have been real close. Potentially not even kill him either. You could argue BK's maybe should have stayed under the tower, but we'll never know. There's a kill over to the Volibear after multiple good ganks here early. A heal just for fun.
Braum passive will come through. Salo ult will get it.
Flash from BK is going to jump to Eyesight, and some nice gameplay by Death Knight. I was just kidding. It was a good heal to speed up Salo to be able to ult the Volibear. And then a flash, which if it wouldn't have worked out, it would have been really troll looking, but flashed in range to be able to E to the Xin Zhao to get that kill onto Victor. And Patriots looking good here, 8 minutes in, but there's a lot of time left.
Yeah, they have the early lead, about 1,000 gold lead right now. Do have a bounty already on the Xin Zhao, 2-0. But you have to like what you see, especially, you know, when you have this Renekton that's such an early game champ. If your team can be ahead. Ooh, flash by Rogue Gorilla there. Went through the portal, but by the time he got through it, was stunned. Now we see Storm face checking a mid-brush here. Salo not quite strong enough at 8 minutes to completely one-shot, but will definitely take a chunk out of his life. That's the Renekton ultimate coming down, and that's great if he's fighting, but BK is just runs away.
It's just too fast, yeah. It's tough. The cameraman today definitely earning his paycheck in this game as we're seemingly bouncing back and forth from all of the lanes. Mango gonna get the stun off onto BK, so BK is gonna Uno reverse him. Don't think he's gonna be strong enough to kill him. Salo's gonna have to flash in the mid lane. Xin Zhao on these grubs. Volibear gonna beeline straight to the dragon. It's a tough dragon to take by yourself, but you have the bot lane with you as Braum roaming up. It's a good baseline to have to roam up for the objective, but it's kind of a waste of time when no one's contesting it.
Yeah, we've seen that a lot here. Now, this Syndra is very low here. You're not going to be able to greed for that.
Yeah, there is no Ezreal ult up, but Nonetheless, going to play it safe, going to back up in base. I believe Braum is spotting out Romeo right now. Yep.
Since they know the Braum is their rogue gorilla, going to clear the vision that they knew had been put down. No real danger with everyone on vision.
Eyesight's going to have to ult.
Eyesight.
Might have gone too far here as Syndra is not close enough to save him. Going to flash. Kind of a wasted flash. Might be able to pop Storm here. Nice flash from Storm.
What? Ooh, Sailor will take down Storm, but then immediately fall to TI Romeo. The Renekton with Cold-a-Meek back up again. As we've seen every time that this Croc has had ult, BK is looking to run away.
Run away and then chase. Romeo is here waiting. It's a nice bait from Mango if they can get this off onto BK's. He is fast. But no ghost, no flash. Can he get away? TP's going to come in from Salo. Might make Elysium back off. BK's going to start to chase down this Renekton. A one-man stun. Going to pop Mango's Renekton. Going to get the stun on the Volibear. Volibear's going to stick around. Going to ult away. And should just be the one for nothing. A nice TP from Salo to save BK's. It's going to cost him a mid-wave. And Victor's going to roam down. We'll see how this fight goes with Xin Zhao already here.
There is no vision of him coming down to this point. But decides not to. Storm will go back to that mid-wave and push it in again. You know, we said we wanted to see some action in the top lane. We've seen a little bit, but, you know, now it's the bot lane that needs to really pick it up. Still no kills between those four teams.
Yeah, they're all just chilling down there. We got 2 assists, but didn't happen in the bot lane. Yeah, just, you know, a bunch of hitting brick walls here in the top lane. Dragon in just under 2 minutes. I expect Eyesight to stick around to get this bot scuttle, or might go to a camp and pull a UV and go get it. He is on vision, so Elysium is able to track this Xin Zhao right now. Gold lead for Patriots, just over 1,000, so nothing too crazy in that, what is it still called, what, Hextech Dragon? For Elysium is a good one to have. Following it up with the Inferno Dragon. So we'll see if the teams opt to fight for this one in a minute and a half. Xin Zhao is going to be topside, so Elysium will have the prio if they want to set up this early vision, especially with this free Rift. Oh, Scuttle. Rift, Scuttle, same thing.
Ooh, Braum was hit there. But that Rogue Gorilla made the portal that ended up letting Death Knight get out.
Yeah, I mean, a nice ult from the Bard. And then said, never mind, we don't want to kill you. He did have to fly. He did use both sums and his ult, so won't have that up for this second dragon.
Eyesight, who was on the top side of the map, has moved down to the bot side in the river near the dragon. However, Death Knight with that low health bar is going to have to back. Intelligence going to back with the low mana. That means Eyesight's going back to his camps. Dragon will spawn in about 10 seconds. Both teams putting vision down.
Yeah, Elysium's going to have the bot lane push, but now BK's has the TP advantage over the Renekton. He's going to base. He can TP in for this dragon fight or stay in top lane, I guess, as it gets spotted out in vision by the Renekton. Elysium, GeeZ going to start up this dragon for the 4v4 fight. No Bard ult up yet, as well as Braum.
Big thing we saw in game 1 is BK's was able to TP down. Ooh, Salo on the flank with the huge combo right there on the Syndra. Takes out everyone.
Should be able to catch Riley here.
And he will. That is a 3 for nothing. And a great job by the Syndra catching 3 members with that combo.
Yeah, and I mean, even before taking that one, it felt like a tough fight for Elysium to take. I mean, what their strongest member at the time still is Volibear, I'd say. So kind of a tough one. I think the 4v4 team fight power right now for the side of Patriots is very strong. But I mean, hey, they got the dragon, so that's good enough, right?
I mean, dragon stacking is good, but you gotta get to a point where it makes a difference, and right now, this 1-in-4 Victor is not going to be doing nearly the damage that the 5-in-1 Syndra is able to output.
And we do see, once again, back-to-back games, the blue side taking the feats of strength. How much that matters nowadays, we'll say that's up for debate, but nonetheless, they're going to get it.
Yeah, it sounds cool. You got a cool symbol on your boots that you're never going to buy anyways.
Some people. Ezreal's going to hit the rift. Bard ult going to catch 2 members, and Romeo going to walk up and steal this rift. BK's super slow-mo going in onto Riley Sauce. Does not have a way to get away. So,
No
Rift
flash on
Herald
Riley
for
Sauce.
kill. Mango's going to go back in, going to get stunned by the Braum passive. 2-man stun from Roguerilla. Braum ult, Victor ult, Romeo goes back in. And this is a fight for Elysium. Gonna take down 3, going for 4. Can Salo get away?
Flash.
Has the QE, not gonna be enough to outrun this 3-man onslaught. Rogue gonna live with minimal HP. Whew. And that's a good fight for Elysium.
Yeah, that was not what you want if you're the Patriots here. He ends up getting the solo bolo on TI Romeo there, but he was not in that fight. He was fighting, he was just farming top, pushing out, getting some damage on that turret, and his team decided to take a 4v5.
Yeah, Patriots chasing into the jungle. I mean, I get it. You just had the Rift Herald stolen from you. You're kind of like, I know they didn't just do that. We got to run them down now, but a little too aggressive. Going to cost them. Rogue, duck, dip, dive, and dodging. Going to get out through his, I call it a portal. I don't know if I don't even know what the name of it is, but I'm going to keep rocking calling it a portal.
It's a portal.
Checks out.
More fighting back and forth up at the top, but the last time BK saw this Renekton, they were 0-1 now. 3-1 Croc. Definitely going to be a lot stronger than the last time these two fought.
And I do feel like if BK's, assuming he doesn't take 4 tower shots again, he should be big chillin'. Mid lane, we're going to get the tower very low. It's going to go down, but not without costing Eyesight his life. Bard ult would have hit. Nice flash. Volibear ult going to come through. Salo getting very low. Going to get his ult off. Not enough to take down Riley Sauce. ELY going to flash forward. Not able to get that auto onto Riley. So Elysium, once again, a good chase down fight here in the mid lane. And if you're Patriots, I don't know if taking the mid tower is quite worth it. They are going to be back up for this 3rd dragon. Mango does have the TP and BK's does not, as Rift Herald's gonna go somewhere. It's gonna.
We're going bot. We're
I
going
don't.
bot.
It's not gonna make it bot, is it?
Oh, he made it.
He did. He did.
He made it.
Okay. Okay. I thought he was gonna run
Some
out
of
of
them
time.
are just better drivers than you.
That's
you know?
true.
Third dragon has spawned at 20 minutes. It is currently 2 dragons to none in favor of Elysium, and they will start that.
For BK's, you have to stay
Storm
on Mango,
TP.
as Mango does have.
Yes, TP advantage. And he's going to be using that. TP coming in. Storm goes down before he gets there, but so it is still a 4v4. And Mango TP's in and immediately just walks away. I guess you probably weren't going to get too much there. But probably just a little bit too late, as Storm was killed right before that happened.
Well, I'm pretty sure the stream dropped, but for those tuning back in,
Did notice that. I did notice that. That's okay.
That's okay.
We're still here.
I had to have one, I guess.
$21 minutes. So 1,000 gold lead for the Patriots.
So 3 dragons stacked up for Elysium. They are, I mean, they have some people that scale. I mean, and Renekton is 3-1, so I don't know. It still feels like anybody's game.
Yeah, I don't think it would be a fight between these two teams. They're both top of the table teams. If it wasn't going to be close. I side a little aggressive there, diving into the Renekton. Now, they're going to pull back, but ELY kind of left all alone there. Someone's going to have to go back, protect him. And immediately, it's going to be Elysium that now calls to take it. They do have 5 members here. They have BKs on the bot side of the map.
He is TPing in.
He will be TPing in, but it's pretty far away. It's at the tower. The Bard ult stalls everyone out, which could be to the advantage of the Patriots.
Mango's gonna go down. Romeo's gonna ult onto the Atacon, but is gonna be taken down. Victor ult's still hurting people, but a nice stun from Salo should take Storm down. Does Death Knight go down? No, he does not.
BK's with the triple. Salo gets the ace right there. And then eats 2 tower shots for some reason.
Just for the muse.
Not going to make a difference. They will get the tower. And I think that Bartle could have really gone against them in that game right there. They had the 5v4. BK's had to TP, but it was pretty far away. He wasn't going to get to the fight quick enough, but having everyone, including the Otacon, in that stasis allows him to show up to the fight and really turn the tides in favor of the Patriots.
Yeah, I think it's always so tough whenever it's just a clumped up team fight to decide when or even if to use that Bard ult. It's just so much chaos going on, so questionable. If you're the side of Patriots and you know you're just going all in, I would have liked to see maybe a closer TP from BK's, but you also don't want to TP in the middle and then your team scatter and then you just die for no reason. So playing it safe there, as we have this 4th dragon spawning in a minute.
That will be Soul on the side of Elysium as they secured the first 3 dragons. They are down 7,000 gold at this point, but have been taking objectives very well.
See a nice flash in by Eyesight onto Storm, and Storm has no way to get away. A Bard ult nicely comes through, going to send up 2 members from Patriots. Eyesight going to ult to knock the members of Elysium back, but it's not going to be enough. BK is going to get chased down through the portal. Death Knight should just opt to leave. The tower is still up. And ult to try to save BK is not going to be enough. The 2 carries pushing mid for the Patriots, but opting to turn back off of the push for fun? I don't know. I think if the Syndra should be hitting this tower right here.
Yeah, not quite sure. I guess trying to catch someone just sneaking through. Like this right here. That's kind of what you were hoping for, I guess.
It's what he was looking for. He kills the Bard. But we're going to see if that ends up hurting them by sticking around. Going to QE, the members, but Saylo's going to get caught in a shutdown over to the Renekton. So I don't think sticking around for a bush cheese to kill a support is worth giving a shutdown to this Renekton.
And now with the 30-second death timer, that's going to be the green light to start the Baron for Elysium here.
And it is a 4v4 as of right now-ish, so it seems like a fight that Patriots could take if they wanted to.
With those health bars, especially of that Renekton from Mango being so low, definitely going to have to pull back right there. Now they did get that inhib turret in the mid lane, although they lost Soul.
Who needs it?
Exactly. No one. We say that now, but if Elysium is able to... Soul might be what they needed all along.
Yeah, and so far these fights feel pretty even, you know, maybe excluding the Atacon fight, where Atacon was shredding some members, but we'll see if we get a Baron fight here. We have both TPs up from the top laners. Eyesight going to engage on a Romeo. Bard ult comes through. Ezreal comes through, some poke on Eyesight, so Eyesight's going to be under half health for this Baron. I assume Patriots going to back up here. Ashe ult's going to go wide.
Ashe ult goes wide. Everyone trying to stand behind Braum. The Ashe free firing behind him. We have a teleport coming in from both top laners here. That is an ultimate coming down from Syndra. The Xin Zhao goes forward. Syndra still looking. That's a triple kill for Saylo. No one dead from the side of the Patriots. 3 for nothing right here. And they could be pushing for an end. 30-second death timers probably won't. Let's see how greedy they want to be. Looks like they will pull back. Kings are coming down for the Baron. As it looks like Patriots will focus their attention there. Oh, maybe not.
Yeah, see, this is... It should still be fine, but it is on vision, so... I always hate when teams take their sweet time to go to this Baron because it gives a chance for the other team in Elysium to make their way there. So Volibear's going to get an opportunity here to ult steal. Is up. Eyesight's going to secure it. Rogue's going to go over the wall, also going to fall. Going to take out Death Knight. Support for support. But with this mid lane pressure for the side of Patriots, I think if you're Patriots, you take that all day. I mean, a nice Bard ult for sure. Gave them an opportunity to steal it. I don't know if Bard should have went over the wall to die alongside of Romeo's Volibear, but nonetheless, mostly just a Baron steal 2-for-1 and some resets, so no game-ending plays yet.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how hard the Patriots push here. Elder Dragon will be spawning in a couple minutes here. Obviously, one of those buffs that can end the game if you get it immediately. So, do you want to try to force something before that happens, as you do have the upper hand at the moment? Or do you use your pressure to kind of set that up and make it easier for yourself? DK is getting collapsed on in the top lane, but just able to walk out. He's Udyr. And immediately walks back in.
Fighting in the minions, has that Baron buff still. Gonna get a 3-man dove here. Can he get away? No, he cannot. Mango gonna take BK's down 50 seconds before the Elder spawns. No TP for BK's. It's gonna spawn a few seconds after Elder. Ash Arrow's going to hit Storm's Victor. Bard ult onto the tower maybe helped Patriots there.
Didn't want it to fall, so he saves it, but unfortunately for Rogue Gorilla, that also means that the tower's not hitting them as they dive onto Storm.
Yeah, Volibear is behind, but if they turn... Going to take down the Ash. Volibear going to ult away, but not going to quite make it, as we have 2 waves pushing here for the Patriots with some Baron buff still up. Can they take a tower?
It's a 14 kill Syndra right now. This Ezreal specifically has to be very careful.
Syndra is so strong if Salo can stay alive. Mango making the correct play. But
Xin Zhao was attacking the Nexus the entire time, and the Patriots are going to win in 32 minutes.
Whew. I mean, that was kind of similar to game 1 ish.
Yeah, the first 20 minutes or so in both games were very close, and then a couple team fights here and there kind of made the whole difference. Both times, Patriots with a big team fight able to get a wipe, and it really turned the game on its head. This time, it was Salo popping off 45,000 damage on the Syndra. Definitely put on his carry pants in that game. Storm had 31,000, but 4 and 8, not the easiest game for him. And the Patriots showing everyone why they're the defending champs, why they're the #1 seed in the CB, the Barbarian division. They have a clean 2-0 victory over Elysium.
Yeah. So, who, for the entire series, is your series MVP for the Patriots in their 2-0 win? Got some options.
You know, definitely some options here. I am going to go with the same guy that I picked in game 1. I think his game 2 was strong enough. 4, 2, and 8 on the Ash, and we're going to go, for me, Intelligence as the series MVP.
Okay. Some people were whispering 80 carry bias. I told them that wasn't the case, but
Definitely not the case.
it's okay. You can definitely make the argument for a few players. I'm gonna actually give it to BK's on this one. Similar to the first game, just had so much pressure, seemed unkillable, pulled multiple ganks, allowed the rest of the Patriots to do stuff on the other side of the map. Maybe nothing flashy up there in the top lane, but it's one of those things that gets overlooked a lot. And so I'm gonna give BK's the nod on that one. So we are going to do it a little differently this time. So we are going to pull in an interview. We have about 2 minutes left, 2.5 minutes left for the stream. So we're going to run the interview now. And I think we're going to pull in some person. I guess he dropped like 14 kills or something like that game too. So we're going to pull in RVLSZN, that piloted the Syndra and Vex in this series, for a little post-game interview. If I can get him in here. Let's see what we got going on. RVLSZN, the man himself. How you doing? Congratulations.
Chilling, relaxing time on Syndra.
Okay, yeah, for sure. So definitely popped off. Some people were saying, at least in the kill and damage department, we're carrying in those team fights, especially whenever you were able to stay alive. How did you like the Syndra into Victor matchup, especially compared to that game one mage versus mage matchup?
I thought he would play a little bit better, considering it's like the best champion mid, but just went how it went. Happens.
Okay. Did the series go about how you thought? Did you think it was going to be closer? Did you think you were going to stomp them earlier?
I put 2-0 in the pick'ems. Yeah, that went about as well as it was going to go, and how next week's going to go too.
Okay.
That's good. Never, yeah. I mean, definitely love the confidence. You've been around for a little while, and that's something you always ooze. How do you stay so confident? Game one, personally, you didn't play the best. Your team played really well. You did what you needed to do to win, but definitely, could have been better. But you were able to keep that confidence up and come back in game two. How do you manage that mental?
I was just tilted off the face of my mind when he saved the R5 for Annie, and then we'll just go ahead and go next. My team's just gonna win it. The rest of their players are trash. We'll just go ahead and win the game, not through mid, and it'll be fine.
Okay. Wins a win. Yeah, a couple after that second walk into the bush to your death. You made more of a conscious effort to sit back, wait, some nice ult targets later in that first game. So good to see that kind of come online the second half of the first game, and then obviously popped off in this game. So looking forward, so you have first seed now. I don't know if all the games have been reported yet, but as of right now, you have first seed. You, of course, want that number one seed to get that bye going into playoffs. Is there a team, whether it be on your side of the bracket or in finals, that you are really looking forward to playing?
I like Orca's logo. That's about it. All the other teams or whatever.
Okay.
You guys did lose week one to Braum Lives Matter, and there's still some discussion out there that they might be better than you guys after that. I'm assuming you don't think so, but you don't want to get that revenge game, or at least get a chance to prove everyone wrong.
I'm sure the way the script plays out is we'll play them in finals. I will just give them a rude awakening then.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, I feel like that's how the script's got to go, right? You lost to him week one, and you got to circle back around to him in the finals. We'll see.
Yeah.
Still another week to go. We see some match reportings come through, so interesting to see how the standings will shake out when I update it here probably in the next hour. So, yeah, congratulations, 2-0 victory, back-to-back mage performances. I got one more question for you. When are we going to see some hardcore Salo assassin work in the mid lane? Or are you going to be on AP mage duty?
You just spoiled it. We were trying to hold it. You just
what you mean?
all of it.
What you mean? There's a 50-50 chance.
Spoilers. Oh man.
I gotta give the other teams a chance. You said you're the best one.
Yeah, but we were gonna hold it till playoffs. We don't have to break out everything.
Who you holding?
Look at you, playing for the other team. My series MVP was BK, by the way. Thank you.
No one likes those ADCs. We're underappreciated, I tell you.
Yeah.
I got you intelligence.
Just auto attacking. That's all y'all do.
That's all we have to do. We're that good.
True. All right, Salo, congratulations again. 2-0 victory. Nice carry hammer in the game 2. Looking forward to see what you guys have in store next week and going into playoffs. He's gone forever.
He is gone. I think he's gonna go practice those assassins we were just talking about so that he can show it off next week.
I should have said tanks. That's what he's really holding. Okay, that's all we got for tonight. Week 4 Rivals League Split 2. We will be back on stream Wednesday for the Rivals run back of Week 4. As we go into Week 5, we'll have to see if anybody got knocked out tonight or if anybody solidified their playoff hopes. We'll have to see. Stay tuned for the document updates and have a good night.
Good one, guys.